Alright, good morning everybody. It is Friday and we got an interesting day ahead of us. I've been changed up a couple times. No water at the moment, so I'm going to bobtail up to Hazleton and grab an empty van, take it down to Allentown and grab a loaded van, take that back up. Then I'm going to bobtail back here, and then I may do what I was originally going to do and hop in a different truck and go down to the tank wash. So but I'll find that out when I get back here. But I'll fill you in more along the way, but we got to get moving here. Alright, so we are back in my favorite truck, the red Mack. But we are, like I said, bobtailing up to Hazleton, so it's going to be a rough ride. I've showed you how bad the roads around Tamaqua are, and to do it without a trailer is just going to be a rough and bouncy ride. But we'll deal with it. I'm actually kind of happy that I'm in a Mack. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be this Mack, but I just love my Mack trucks. So I would rather have a Mack over that Kenworth any day of the week. The original plan was to take a different Mack and run a trailer out to Elizabethtown to the tank wash, drop that, and then bobtail back from there, go up to our well and grab a tank and bring that back to the yard, and then maybe get the vans after that. Because the water plant's not running. Don't know the reason why, but the water plant is not running. I don't know if they shut everything down for a PM or major maintenance or what the story is, but I don't have any water loads today. So now I don't know if I'm going to do the van or not. I probably still take that tank out to the tank wash, and maybe by that time I won't have to bobtail back, because maybe they'll have a tank that's clean that I can bring back. But I doubt it, because the idea with that was to take that tractor up to our well and grab the empty tank that's parked up behind our well. So that may still be the plan, to bobtail that one back too. It's just kind of a little bit of a messed up day. I'm not complaining about it. It's work either way, but not making any money on water loads for the company. But for whatever reason, like I said, every now and again they'll shut the spring water side down, just bottle purified water, and they will do a major maintenance on the spring water lines. Maybe they need to sanitize them every now and again, like our trailers need to be sanitized, their silos need to be sanitized, so that may be an issue. Maybe they're sanitizing the silos. Any number of things could be the reason, but there are no water loads today, so hence we are doing government work. There's a little bit of blue sky up there. I was going to bring up the weather. I had brought the cameras out on Wednesday and shot video all day long. When I downloaded them to the computer, I found out that I was on the wrong setting and everything was just overexposed and I couldn't fix it. So Wednesday's videos are all scrapped. Wednesday and Thursday were both washouts. Today's Friday, and it's dry now finally. It stopped raining, and it looks like we may even see some peaks of sun throughout the day. But we may also get a shower yet, so anything is possible. But at least it's not that all-day steady rain and mist and drizzle and pure ugliness. So it's a lot better day today. Now we may actually get more than just a few peaks of sun. There's quite a bit of blue sky up there to our north, and even some sun on the little mountain there to our north and northeast just a little bit. We might actually run into some of this sunlight here before we get to 443. I don't know if that's all the blue sky we're going to see today. Yeah, see, here's some sun. I don't know if that's all the blue sky we're going to see today, or if we're going to clear out and actually have a considerably nice afternoon. We'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, showers are still a possibility, but we may have broken clouds and intermittent sunshine throughout the day, which should be very nice. Alright, so we're here, we got our van, and this time I was smart enough to pull it out and raise the landing gear up instead of trying to do it squatting down there and fighting with the other trailer, because as you can see, instead of leaving an empty space between trailers, they stuck me in between two here and gave me a nice tight space to work with. Now, it's not a problem. I was able to pull it out and raise the gear up, and then we'll pull it all the way out so we can do a pre-trip on it, but there's not enough room for me to walk through there. But yeah, it was, at least this time I thought about it, and definitely made sure that I made it easy on myself. I was kind of stupid the last time to unhook down there and raise the landing gear up all the way up underneath. But anyway, look over my shoulder, you see some dark clouds. Like I said, we're going to be intermittent sunshine clouds, and that looks like it might be a shower that's going to pop up then. But anyway, we're hooked up. We're going to pull this out and open the door, make sure it's definitely empty, and do a pre-trip on it and head on down to Fogelsville with it. All right, so none of those two four-wheelers wanted to let this guy come over. We will. I don't know. Yeah, he wants to get on 81 northbound or southbound like we do. Yeah, nobody ever wants to let a truck get over. And that happens a lot in Tamaqua when people want to get out of that Valero station. Even though traffic is stopped or barely moving, nobody wants to hold back for 5 seconds and let somebody come out. You know, it's like everybody is all for themselves nowadays. Now, you know, if I was doing 45 miles an hour, I don't know that I would slow down or stop and let them out. But, you know, as we were, there's no reason why somebody didn't let him do what he needed to do. He had his turn signal on, and then when those two four-wheelers got up next to him, he turned it off temporarily and then turned it back on. So obviously, I'm going to let the fellow driver come out. You know, it's just wrong to hold him back and shut him out. So, but we were getting on 81 South, got that empty one, like I told you, and we just did have a little bit of a sprinkle right as we got done finishing up pre-tripping this trailer and getting back in the truck, and it started to rain a little bit, but now we're out of it. It was coming in from the west, so we're out of it for the moment. I don't know if it's a large mass or just a small shower, or I don't know what it is. I didn't look at radar. I don't know if we'll run into any more on the way down to Allentown, but like I told you, it would be off and on spotty showers and peaks of sunshine and otherwise cloudy. And yeah, here, see, now it's starting to rain again. So it's moving in, must be moving in pretty quick from west to east. So that's the kind of day we're having, but at least it's not a complete washout, so I can't really complain about that. The last 2 days were just miserable. It never got out of the 40s. It was like it was November, not May. Just pretty bad. So we can handle a few of these showers as long as they're not heavy and they're not prolonged. So traffic coming into Tamaqua was a real bite today, I guess because it's Memorial Day weekend. So I don't know what it's going to be like going down through, but we'll probably have it again coming back up because a lot of people are going up to the Pocono Mountains for a long weekend holiday. So traffic going to be heavy probably all day today. So as I said, Tamaqua was probably going to be a bite in both directions today, and it is because it is only, what time is it? 1:38. It's not a time for traffic to be this backed up in this town. And we are backed up at the north entrance to come into town here where 309 splits off into Railroad Street, Pine Street, north and southbound. This is what happens on a Wednesday when we have that hometown auction, but Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday are usually not this bad, but because it's the holiday weekend, everybody's out. I don't know if it's just that many people off and running around doing menial stuff, or if it's a lot of people that are already out and traveling already, going camping and taking mini vacations and whatnot. But yeah, generally at this time of day, this town is not jammed up so bad southbound. Sometimes northbound can be, but not southbound. Southbound usually good until the actual rush hours, except on the Wednesday with the flea market. So, but here we are. And we'll run this empty down. We're going to have to come back through here 2 more times. 1 more time loaded and 1 more time bobtail. So we're going to be fighting traffic all day long today. This guy has it good. He doesn't have to fight any traffic. All he has to do is cut some grass. That's borough property, so that's one of the borough workers doing that. He can watch the traffic go by as he does his job. So anyway, this is the slow crawl through Tamaqua southbound that I talked to you about. We sit light to light, and not until we get to that Citgo station and the railroad tracks do we break free. Well, what an ordeal that was. It did not go smoothly here, which is why I didn't do an outside segment, plus the fact you can see it's raining, and I just got everything done before it decided to let loose, so no chance of standing outside and getting soaked. And what do we got going on up here? We must have had an accident, but the pickup number snafus, and had to wait and figure out and get the right pickup number and all that kind of stuff, and so we're all squared away, but it took a lot longer than I expected, and a couple of trips back to the check-in kiosk after I had come in with the truck, and I guess it wasn't an accident, somebody just got nabbed for speeding. Yep. So, but it's 3:05, which means we are going to take the scenic route around instead of winding around through the industrial park, because this is shift change here, I believe, and it might not be easy to get around. So, but then once we get this done, once we get up to Hazleton and drop this, we're going to bobtail back to the yard and hop in another truck that's hooked to a tank, and then take that out to Elizabethtown for a tank wash. And once I get out of here, if I can, because like I said, you can see the traffic build up here. That's why I didn't want to make the left, because I knew it was going to be funky. It's going to be funky probably out there on 100 too, and we'll sit through a couple lights, but at least we're out. Yeah, then we'll have to take that out to Elizabethtown and drop that. There may be one ready to come back, so I may not bobtail back, but I may bobtail back and have to go up to our other well and grab the empty that's up there. I'll find out a little bit later on. I'll give the boss a call, see if he knows if one's done or not. But yeah, what a day. This is really turning into an interesting day. Way different than anything I've ever done with this company, and now it's stopped raining already. Or slowed down very much. As I told you, it was going to be one of those type of days. But yeah, quite interesting, and kind of on the confusing side, trying to get everything squared away. But I think we're squared away, at least on the van side of it. And all you gotta do is get this up there and drop it either in the yard or in a dock. And there's no empty up there to get, so we'll bobtail back to the yard. Now, let's see if we timed this just right or not. Hopefully, there we go. Yeah, we did time it pretty good. All right. Oh, these loads are heavy too. What do we got? 43,378. So yeah, they're water loads. They're heavy loads. But then again, the tankers are heavy too. So either way, you haul water, you're going to be heavy. Let's see if we can roll these traffic lights good, or if we're going to sit through a number of them. There's a lot of traffic up here, so it looks like we, I don't know, we might be able to get through this one on the first shot, maybe. Sometimes you got to sit through 2 light cycles here, but that's if the traffic's backed up to here, but it's not. It's we're going to get up here to the Wawa. And it looks like they reopened it. It was closed for a while. They were remodeling the inside. The only thing you could get was gas. But it looks like it's back to business as usual in there. Yeah, we'll get this light green. We might even get the next one green. We'll see. But there's a high traffic time. And I can't believe Warner up there making a right turn on red, knowing this traffic was moving. Unbelievable. Here comes the rain again. Let's see, if we get moving here a little bit, we might get this next light green. Before I let you go, let's see what we do. Because I got to save some video time for our trip out to Elizabethtown. Nope, we didn't get it. All right, we got stopped here at the Yakko's light. All right, we'll talk to you later on, probably up there in Hazleton, or we'll show you the Tamaqua traffic. Well, I made good time getting into Tamaqua, and there was really no traffic, but that school bus up there couldn't make the turn because I guess the traffic was stopped too far forward. They don't have the stop line set back far enough, which you'll see now that we got the red light. See where the white line is? They need to set those stop lines back further so that trucks and buses, when they make a right turn here, have enough room to actually make their right turn. So he kind of held things up a little bit, which means now we're stopped here waiting for the cycle of lights. But there was no traffic coming into town at all, which kind of surprised me. It is 3:56 p.m., but considering all the traffic when I came into town the first time from both directions, I was surprised there's no traffic now. But so we'll see what happens. Let's see when this light changes to get going here. I got more stuff to do later. I can try and keep moving here. Somebody push the walk light. Somebody push the walk light. That ties the town up because the walk light isn't on a normal cycle. So when they push it, then it knocks the traffic lights out of sequence. There needs to be a traffic study done in this town, and they need to figure out how to reconfigure stuff and time traffic lights. And I think it would be better, and there would be no. It would cut down on the delays. Because it's just poorly designed, and oh boy, we got a Smoky Bear with a big truck here. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm gonna tighten everything up just a little bit. I don't know if he was speeding coming into town, or if it's a DOT inspection, or what it is, but sure did tighten it up just a little bit. Cops should have made this guy go up out of town to the Jeep dealer where there was room to pull over. It's a Cardinal truck. Ooh. Wonder what he did. That's the company I used to work for out in Arizona. Wonder what he did. Like I said, I don't know if it's a DOT inspection or if he was speeding or did something he wasn't supposed to, but anyway. We're through town now, no traffic, everything good, so onward and upward to Hazleton, get this drop bobtail back to the yard so we can do the other half of our assignment today. Alright, so we are dropped, we're bobtailed, we just went in to get the paperwork signed, used a little job Johnny here, and we're just about ready to roll on out, bobtail back down to the yard like I told you, and we got to commence the second half of our day where we got to hop in a different truck and trailer and run that tank down to Elizabethtown to drop it for a tank wash, and I got a message to call the boss and see if there's going to be a tank there for me to pick up, or if I'm going to bobtail back and grab one from behind our well. So we'll keep you informed, but we're getting ready to roll on out of here, man. It is windy up here, always windy in Hazleton. Alright, so we're back at the shop, and behind me is the new truck we're going to run, and it is a new truck pretty much. It's another Mack, it's a green one. But it's only about 1.5 years old, so much newer than the red one that we just got out of. But we got that one hooked, this one hooked to a tank. We were supposed to run this one first, so I had already pre-tripped it. So all I got to do is warm it up, go in, use the restroom, eat a snack, and then I'm going to get out of here and head down there to Elizabethtown for the tank wash. All right, so we're rolling. And I looked at Google Maps to see which was the best way to go. I was worried about Harrisburg traffic because we have another driver that just went out there, and he said he was stuck. 81 was backed up, bumper to bumper, all the way from the 78-81 split all the way to where 83 cuts off. And I looked at Google Maps and it looked a whole lot better. Most of that was green. There's a little bit of a backup right there by 83, but all in all, not too bad. I was thinking of going down through Lancaster. Taking 895 here through New Ringgold over to 61 to Hamburg, and either jump on 78 or stay on 61 to 222 and go down to Lancaster and up 283 that way. But it looks like I'll be all right taking 78 to 81 to 83. As long as there's no kerfluffles out there, it should be all right because it looked good on Google Maps when I checked it before I left the shop. So. And the driver that went out there, he took a 6,000 out there, which is the one that if they get to wash it before I get there, I can bring back. But supposedly they're kind of backlogged, so they may not wash it tonight, which means then I will just drop the one I've got and bobtail home. And I was told not to even go and pick up that one behind the well location. He just said bobtail home, and I guess whoever's going to run tomorrow morning can go up there and get it and load right there where it sits. So I guess he's just figuring that I'm going to be out pretty late tonight, and rather than go up there and hook it up when somebody else can bobtail up there tomorrow morning and get it and load like 50 feet away from where it's parked. All you got to do is pull it out from behind the building, spin around a U-turn, and set up to load up. So he just told me to take this back to the yard, and if I don't have a trailer, just park it bobtail. And here we are in New Ringgold right now. We're looking into the sun, so I don't know what the video quality is going to be like, but a little tight New Ringgold. And, let's see how we do here. Opposing traffic does not stop. Traffic from my left and my right does stop. Opposing traffic does not. But you don't know who's going to go straight and who isn't, because half people don't use turn signals. This one's turning, but now we can go. Well, right now it's sunny and nice, but it looked like some dark clouds out that way, so we may run into another shower before today is over. Just as long as it's not while we're dropping. I don't care what we drive through. I just don't want to be out there dropping in it and getting soaked. So, but yeah, this is a nice truck. 2024 Mack Pinnacle. Has exactly 100,000 miles on it. 100,064. So we run them, but this one's pretty new. That red one's a pretty old one, but I still like that red one, and I would certainly take it if he'd want to assign it to me without a complaint, because like I said, I love Mack trucks, and this one's nice too, definitely. This one's quieter because it's newer, but that one just as good. So. Well, this isn't good. We found ourselves a traffic backup. It wasn't like this when I looked at it back at the shop, so somebody must have zigged when they should have zagged, or somebody broke down or something happened, because this was mostly green. There was a little bit of red right there at the 83 split where you cut off to take 83 south, but other than that, this was all green from the 78-81 split almost all the way to 83. And that is not the case anymore, as you can see. Brake lights and stop trucks and cars. I don't know if Lancaster would have been any better or not, because sometimes that can get funny down there, especially since they're doing major reconstruction on the 222 US 30 interchange. So that could be just as bad as going this way. So it's just one of those things, I guess. Being the holiday weekend doesn't help. Alright, so we're here, and we're parked over there behind me. We found a spot to put the trailer. Parked right next to our other one that the other driver dropped a couple hours ago. And these are the only two of our trailers here, and they didn't get a chance to wash that one yet. So the story is that we are bobtailing back to the yard. I was hoping we'd be able to take the trailer back. I'd rather pull a trailer than bobtail, but I kind of knew coming in that I might be bobtailing back, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. They're backlogged here today. He's got like 30 trailers he's got to wash, so you got to take them in the order to get them. So ours aren't done yet. They may not be done tomorrow, or maybe they get to them, but for now, the one I brought's dirty. The one the other driver brought is dirty. They both got to be sanitized before they can be put back in service. I'll explain that more to you later. I think I did before, but I'll explain it to you again as we head back home. I promised you, telling you why we have to do the tank washes. So for those of you who haven't watched the video before, new subscribers, new viewers, I haul spring water, and that's a food grade tank. So every 30 days with the water, I don't know about other food grades, they probably have to be washed out more because of things like chocolate and molasses, sweeteners, they're sticky, so they probably need to be washed out almost after every load. But since we haul spring water, all we have to do is every 30 days they have to be washed and sanitized. And then they're good for another 30 days. So we have them staggered out. We're not taking too many of them down there at one time. So we have 2 of the 6,000 gallon tanks down there. And I don't know if there's any 8,000 gallon tanks down there, but the 2 that are down there, the one that was brought down earlier and the one that I just brought down, they're both in need of sanitizing, and there was no clean, freshly sanitized tank for me to bring back. And the boss knew this. He told me that I might be bobtailing back, but that I should go in and check. So I went in and checked, and of course, no, there's not any that can be brought back. So, but that's the story. They have to be sanitized every 30 days. I don't know if it's state law or if it's federal law or what, but that's what has to be done. So, and we all get our rotation in here, and once a month we usually, and sometimes more than that. This is like my 3rd time down in the last month, coming down here and dropping the tank to be sanitized. So it's a nice little ride. It gets us out of the loop for a little bit, and so we all kind of look forward to it. At least I do. I don't know. I can't really speak for anybody else. I would assume that they do, but I look forward to running out here to change the monotony. So, but now we're heading back. We're here near Harrisburg on. Now we're on 83. We just got off of 283 onto 83. So, heading back, bobtail. Alright, back on 895, the home stretch. We only got a few more miles left to go. The only thing is I'm going to top off the fuel tanks here. This truck doesn't have the biggest fuel tanks, so just what we did so far, we took it down almost a quarter tank. So there's 3/4 left, but the previous driver had filled them before he parked it. So I'm going to do the same so that when he comes back out, whatever day he's going to run, he has full tanks. That's just the right thing to do, so that's what I'm going to do. Traffic settled down a lot. I'm the only one on the road right now. There's nobody coming at me, nobody behind me. It's kind of nice. It was a nice sunset. If we'd have been heading westbound, we'd have saw a beautiful sunset. It was in my mirror, but it wouldn't have helped you guys out any. But even so, it's not bad. It's a nice night so far. A little chilly. Temperature dropped down to 54. So it was up in the low 60s earlier, which is warmer than the last 2 days, but still below normal for this time of year. So, I don't know. Hopefully break out of this pattern soon and we get some actual summertime weather. But for now, we got to deal with what Mother Nature giving us, and that is a lot of rain and a lot of chilly days. But anyway, we're going to stop and top off the fuel, and then we're going to park this thing and head home. We'll talk to you back at the yard. All right, it is 9:30, and we are parked for the night. Bobtail, like I told you. It kind of feels weird to come back here and park this truck bobtail. I really wish he would have let me go up and get that trailer, but there must be a reason why he didn't want me to do it. So we are parked here bobtail. We just finished up our paperwork for the week. When I'm done talking to you, I'm going to go out and check the lights and the tires on the tractor, and then we're going to head on home. So I have no idea what truck I'm going to be in next week. I have a feeling it's going to be the Kenworth, which I was in on Wednesday when I did that video where I overexposed everything because I had it on the wrong setting. So I was only in the red Mack for Tuesday or Monday, and then I was back in the Kenworth after that. So, but then today the Kenworth is hooked up to a rental trailer, so then I used the red Mack again, and then this thing for what we needed to do.